Alright, hello, and welcome back to video 2 of Final Fantasy VII. Finally, a game that, like I said in the first video, would have been one of the first few videos I did right after Ocarina of Time. Had OBS been more cooperative, but anyways, enough about that. Another thing I want to talk about from the first video is my excessive rant about the so-called default names, or lack thereof, in Dragon Quest games. As I point out in the comment section to that first video, please do not think that I'm insulting the fans who actually use those names in their playthroughs. I pointed this out before, but since I was in all-out rant mode, my commentary might have been hard to understand, or might have, yeah. Because I don't know those people personally. Never met them, never chilled, never hung out with them personally. They live in other parts of the world than I do. But internet friends, let's say, like T Cobalt 43, Crystal Time Gear, actually use those names in their playthroughs, or at least support them. So believe me, I wasn't insulting the fans. Just the imbeciles who come up with this idea. It's Dragon Quest 8, so 8 will be his name. That'd be like if they had kids. Oh, it's our first kid, we'll call him 1. It's our first kid, we'll call him 2. No John, no Steve, just 1 and 2. It's our third kid, so we'll call him, oh, those poor kids. Anyways, yeah, just wanted to make it crystal clear. Crystal, yeah, okay. Punt, username not intended there. Just wanted to make it perfectly clear that I'm not insulting the fans who use those names. Just the imbeciles in their lack of creativity, lack of imagination for coming up with them in the first place. Anyways, now enough said on that. Left off yesterday, just after the cutscenes with Tifa and Barret. We could go on that train now, continue on with the next mission, but like I hinted at in the last video, it's an RPG, so of course I'm going to do some grinding. I'll edit a lot of it out, not to worry, but I'm going to show the basics here, since what I'm grinding for is one of the game's primary battle mechanics, limit breaks. Didn't really go into detail on it until now, because really couldn't have done anything until now, but see, does my mouse cursor still show up? No, it don't. Damn. Okay, wait a minute. Pause video. Okay, well, never mind. I can't actually show it. My mouse cursor doesn't show up on capture footage. But note the little bar between MP63 and time on the far right where it says limit. Each enemy hits you does a certain amount of damage. Slowly fills that up. When that bar gets completely filled, each party member can use what's called a limit break. Much more powerful attack than anything they normally would have to use. And that whole scenario, that whole setup, is one of the few gripes I have with this game, and I do that. It could take forever to level that up. I forgot how long indeed that it can take until just yesterday while playing the game on my Switch. Trying to level Clouds, a party member we haven't met yet in this playthrough, so I won't mention by name. It took for frickin' ever. The way it's set up, most party members have 4 levels of limit breaks, 2 attacks on each level. The way it's set up, or at least the way I've always understood it, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but each person has to use the limit break they start the game with like 7 or 8 times. Then they'll learn the second one in level 1. Then they gotta kill a certain amount of enemies. How that's, or why that's a thing, I don't know. The cockamamie programmer who thought of that. After you kill so many enemies, you learn the first one of level 2. Rinse and repeat. Use that first one of level 2 so many times to get the second one of level 2. Kill so many enemies to get the first one of level 3, so forth and so on. Except for level 4, if that party member has learned all 6 previous limit breaks from the first 3 levels, there's an item they can find and use to learn their level 4 break. You know, that's probably not the best explanation, but it's the best one I can give. If you need a more clear one, you'd have to go online somewhere. I'm sorry, I'm not the best teacher here, but yeah, it's just kind of cockamamie how they set it up, and that would be one of the very few gripes I would have with this game. There aren't many of them near perfect as any RPG has ever or probably ever will be, in my opinion. Not a perfect game, just as close to it as any RPG has or will ever come to perfection, at least in my opinion. It's got a few things that could have been done better, but what game doesn't, let's be honest. But the only other gripe I can really think of without going to nitpick mode would be the abundance of unskippable cutscenes and battle animations, as we'll see throughout the playthrough, especially later in the second half of it. Some of those battle animations take like a minute or two, and you have to watch them every time you use that specific attack. There is no way to skip it. Well, if you're not familiar with it already, you'll be seeing that much later in the playthrough from where we are right now. Have some way to skip that, at least make it an option. I mean, I get it, it was the start of the 3D era for Final Fantasy. They were so proud of their animations they came up with. They just had to show them off to the world. That's fine and well, but make it skip, make the option of making skipping it be an option. Press B or something to skip it for those of us who don't care, Because, yeah, giving credit where it's due, some of those animations are pretty damn cool, especially for the time. But why should we have to watch them every time we use that magic attack? Every time. Guaranteed. You're going to use that attack, get ready to see that animation again. No way to skip it. At least not in the original. I don't know, maybe they actually changed that in this. Well, of course, I'm playing the original. Never mind. I was going to say in this Switch version of the game, but this is the original. So even if they did fix it for the Switch version of the game, that ain't going to have any bearing on this playthrough. But yeah, so just those two unskippable animations. The limit break leveling up system. But the only two serious strikes against the game. Of course, anything else would be kind of nitpicking and just little tedious, little trivial things, like some people, and not trying to trivialize your opinions or your concerns. I think it was Cobalt 43 that mentioned that in one of the Dragon Quest streams talking about this game. Not trying to trivialize your opinions, but you had brought up inventory, materia. Well, you mentioned materia, but I consider it part of inventory management, which is a problem in every video game. I mean, look at Zelda games. There's so many items, there's no way that every one of them can be automatically equipped by the press of a single button on your controller. So yeah, inventory management, always having to go into your inventory to swap out things is always going to be a problem in any video game you play, except for maybe puzzle games like Tetris, where there is no inventory. So yeah, I don't hold that against games, since all games have that same problem. Oh shoot. Forgot I don't have my restore materia and stuff. Healing magics and items set up yet. Sitting here letting this guy attack us to level up our limit break meters or pay attention or else he'll finish us off at the same time. That'd be kind of embarrassing dying this early in the game. Alright, So there's one point, so to speak, Tifa used her limit break once. Now again, I forget exactly how many times each party member has to use those limit breaks or how many enemies they have to kill. There's probably some internet guide on GameFAQ or something like that that tells you specifically the exact numbers. But, yeah. Just kind of cockamamie and half-ass all that work, how that works out, how that's set up. That's all I'm saying. I mean, it's a cool idea, especially for those level 3 and level 4 limit breaks. You could how to put this, you can make very short work of some of the late game bosses with those level 3 and 4 limit breaks. So they're definitely useful. Problem is you ain't gonna get to use them all that often unless you do like I'm doing right now and just let the enemies attack you repeatedly to fill up those energy meter bar. But if you do get lucky enough to have that, then yeah, that sometimes can make a lot of difference. See who has, okay, heat. Oh, I did have that set up, okay. Couldn't remember if I did that at the end of the last episode or not. Oh yeah, okay, now I remember. Yeah, I did, as I was explaining how the all material works. Okay, I remember now. Oh wait a minute, how come I need... What? Wait a minute. Okay, it's set up all restore linked like that, so it should be having the cure effect on all party members. What the hell, game? Why ain't it working? Oh well, figure that out later. The game is cheating, of course, but yeah. It's supposed to be linked to the all materia, therefore having that effect on all party members, not just one at a time. What the hell, game? Fine. Again, figure that out between episodes. Or maybe it's just a battle thing, actually, now that I think about that. Maybe I already figured it out. Get into another battle. There goes that sound tearing, or whatever you call that. Oh well. Again, I apologize for that, but I'm not going to try to mess with the settings again and end up messing with things. Yeah, I finally got OBS to capture the game footage right, so I can actually do this playthrough. I'm not about to mess that up. Yeah, okay, it's just for battle. The all setup don't work when you're not, okay, I get it. Didn't really need to do that actually, but okay, fine. I was just wondering why the all material wasn't working like it's supposed to, but... Could have swore you could do that in between battles too. Maybe I'm just imagining things. Yeah, see, there it goes again. That audio. Again, I apologize for that. Hopefully it's not going to be too much of a problem for anyone watching this video. Unless I can figure out specifically what's causing that, and without affecting the visual, picture, the fact that you can actually see the subscreens and menus now, if I can fix the audio without altering that, then maybe, then definitely yes, but otherwise, I'm not going to go into the settings and end up messing things up. Of course, that's the funny thing. I didn't even change the settings, actually. There was an update available for OBS. I just selected the update. Something in that new update must have taken care of whatever it was. Maybe I wasn't the only one that had that problem with this game. I don't know, but yeah. once OBS Studio program was done updating itself, so to speak. Tried it again because I was just going to do a quick video talking about, you know, the idea that most of my, or a lot of the love I have for this game is based on nostalgia. I was just going to do a video to counter that notion. When I noticed that the battle, you know, that it was actually capturing right, I'm like, oh, whoa, wait a minute. Cool. I can do this playthrough now. Yeah. So I don't even know what, you know, what was in the settings that was causing that, to be honest. Whatever it was fixed itself. I didn't do anything with it. Yeah. And this can get tedious too. You sit here watching the enemies attack you to fill up that limit. Yeah. Of course, you know, partially on me is I don't think the developers had it in mind for you to be doing this early in the game. Because later in the game you'll get, you know, like the manipulate material that allows you to take control of most enemies and direct who they attack and what they attack them with, making this a lot more convenient. So yeah, I don't think they intended for you to be doing this early in the game, but oh well. I like, you know, like filling out, like getting item drops in Aria of Ability Souls in Aria of Sorrow, or item drops in Portrait of Ruin. I like to get the bestiary entries in Portrait of Ruin. I like to do that as soon as possible, get it out of the way early so I don't have to worry about it the rest of the game, kind of thing. I like to try and level up these limit breaks as early as I can so I don't have to worry about it for the rest of the game. But that's just me. I mean, disagree if you will. Like how I love to be over leveled in RPGs, you know. Most, of course, pretty much every RPG fan I've ever met would disagree with me on that one, so I'm kind of the oddball out there. That's okay. Proud to be an oddball, I guess. Laugh out loud. Oh, you can do that in, okay, I thought that was just a little quality of life added to the Switch, where I can hit a specific button and skip that person's turn. I don't remember being able to do that originally. Okay. Guess I never really tried. Again, I was thinking that was something they added to the Switch version of the game, which is pretty much the same thing, just a few tweaks here and there, more save files. A few other things they... Not just a port, slight remaster, but more or less just a port with a few corrections made. Of course. Yeah. Of course, I talked about in video 1 and several other videos and Twitch streams before how this game is the sole solitary one and only reason I even bought a Sony PlayStation 24 years ago, or 23 years ago. If this game had been on the N64, screw Sony and their overpriced consoles. Why would I ever want to buy one of those? All the games I've ever liked are on Nintendo, either the NES, SNES, or N64 now. Screw Sony. They can stick their overpriced hardware. But yeah, Nintendo had to insist on cartridges, driving Squaresoft away, who had this game in mind. It definitely would not have worked on cartridges, at least not cartridge technology as it existed back then. You know, that's the kicker though. Back then. Granted, it didn't work on cartridges now with flash drive technology. It's on the Switch, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, too bad we don't have today the kind of cartridge technology that we do today back in the mid-90s. This game could have worked on the N64 after all. Yeah. Sucks. Where was today's technology a quarter century ago, damn it? But anyways, and of course, speaking of the Switch, as I've also said in many other videos and Twitch streams, this game is also the sole solitary reason I bought a Switch. So yeah, this game is the one and only reason I bought 2 different consoles, just to play this game on it. Yeah. Kind of like Ocarina of Time. The only reason I bought an N64 when I did was because of the then brand new Zelda game that just released a few months earlier. Actually, I didn't even wait for that game. I didn't even wait until tax time. I had enough money saved up on paychecks to buy an N64 about a week after Ocarina of Time released in November of '98. It was a Zelda game. Like, I was going to wait a whole 3 months to play a Zelda game. Get real. Final Fantasy, fine. I can wait a few more months to play those games. They're good games, but I'm not going to rush out and buy them the day they're released. Zelda, on the other hand, oh yeah, especially if it's a good Zelda game. I'm not going to wait no 3 months to play a Zelda game. Are you crazy? Well, I guess I can't say that I did with Breath of the Wild, much to my regret nowadays. Because again, like I said, I didn't buy the Switch until I realized Final Fantasy VII was ported to it. And that didn't happen until February of 2020. Bought a Switch a couple months later with my tax check for that year. But yeah. By then, Breath of the Wild had been out for nearly, if not just over 3 months or 3 years, rather. Yeah. So much for my rant about not waiting to play Zelda games, huh? Just kind of shot my own argument in the foot, figuratively speaking. But yeah. And now I'm busy talking and not paying attention to what I'm doing in the game, trying to level up limit breaks, and I'm killing enemies before they have a chance to even hit us hardly, but... Way to pay attention, me, not. But anyway, yeah. Just like Ocarina of Time, as I started to say before, kind of straying off topic. The N64 back in the day of its initial release, and the 3DS, once I realized that a port remaster of it was on 3DS, I'm like, oh cool, get to play that game on a portable handheld console. Sweet. That's why I bought the 3DS instead of Sony's, what, PSP or Vita, whatever it would have been at that time. By that, yeah, it would have been the Vita by that time. I mean, Sony had most of the Final Fantasy game remastered re-releases on it, but I heard Ocarina of Time, not just any Zelda game, but the greatest of them all, was available on the 3DS. So, yeah, which handheld device am I going to go with? Z-E-L-D-A. Spelled Zelda. Yeah, you get the idea. That was a bad joke I attempt, but yeah. And again, not just any Zelda game, but Ocarina. Of course, with the 3DS, not just the games exclusively made for or remade for it, like Ocarina, but thanks to the virtual console that it had, once I bought the 3DS, I never regretted buying that. Never regretted that purchase. Same thing can't be said for the PS1 in this game, which wound up being, other than Metal Gear Solid, this game wound up being pretty much to this day, as I do this video now, the only other PS1 game that I ever really got into, other than this one, was Metal Gear Solid. Talk about regretting buying a Sony system. Got the PS2 for Metal Gear Solid 2, but to this day I've never bought the PS3 or PS4 or PS5 and never intend to, for that matter. Screw Sony and their overpriced consoles. I don't know about Xbox, they never seem to have any games I like anyways. I don't know what their prices are because I never really bothered to look into their console prices because, again, they never really seem to have any games that I'm interested in. So. Either way, sorry for the rant. I'm just trying to answer some of the questions people have asked at Twitch streams and chat rooms and stuff like that. Heal, dude. Okay, I guess we're not. Never mind. I guess we don't need to be I guess we don't need healing as much as I thought we did. Since I haven't been paying attention, I've been too busy yapping, not paying attention to what I'm doing on screen. Bad thing to get into when playing a video game. That kind of thing could easily get you killed. Well, not you personally, but your characters on screen. You get them all killed. Actually, you know what? I think I've showed enough of this. Finish this battle off. I mean, I don't want this video to be just grinding for limit breaks. Have some actual story gameplay in this video. Go back over to the... Actually, I don't even have to do that necessarily, but... Luckily, you know, because of how many times I've played this game over the years, since it is my second favorite game ever made, how many times I've played this game, I do have an abundance of save files at various points throughout the game, so I'll be right back. Alright, got that. Yeah, got everybody up to limit break level 2. Of course, yeah, level 15 or 14 in experience. Again, usually when I play the game, it's this way, so just like I did just now, load this save file at this point and save time. I forgot how long it took to make these save files until just the other day playing the game on Switch. Yeah, where I don't have where save files like this won't work. Actually having to do all that grinding again. Yeah, I forgot how long that took. That's why I say the lopsided, half-baked mechanic of leveling up those limit breaks. One of the very few major gripes I have with this game that comes as close to perfection as any RPG game ever has or probably ever will. I say probably because we never know. Some RPG may come along and actually, yeah, you get the idea, but anyways, I'm surprised these people waited here this long. I mean, rough guessing about 4.5 hours. I mean, I don't know what time that timer said when we first got to this screen after Tifa's promise cutscene and all that crap. But I would say at least 4.5 hours. They're like, come on, staring at their watches. Are we going to be going sometime soon? We're waiting. Yeah. Surprised they didn't just, screw it, we're going without them. They can catch the next train. Assholes. Making us wait all this time. Screw them. Again, they can catch the next train. Who are you talking to, Barrett? Well, you heard him all the way over there? What? That's gotta be at least, rough guessing, I'd say 20 feet away from where he was standing there at the edge of the screen to where that guy is setting. trying to guess distance by crude video game pictures. But again, I'd say that has to be at least 10, 20 feet away. So either that guy is shouting at the top of his lungs, or Barrett has awful good hearing. Or video game logic strikes again. Probably more of the third option, but yeah. Avalanche? I suppose it's better than calling the hero of Dragon Quest 8 just because it's, yeah. I'm sorry, there I go into that again. I've made my point on that. I need to stop. Midgar, yeah, that's where we are. And will be for quite a while yet, by the way. Which, well, I did say earlier, either in this video or in the first video before it, actually I was earlier in this video, my only two real serious gripes with this game are the unskippable cutscenes and battle animations and the overwhelming bulk of them, or quantity of them, and two being the limit break leveling up. Yeah. Another small, minor gripe, hardly even worth mentioning, but I will just for the sake of doing so, since I did kind of hint at it, would be this whole introduction sequence in Midgar. In my opinion, the game doesn't really open up until we get out of Midgar later on, when we're out on the world map. These Midgar sections are kind of boring. I know there's fans who would say it's just the other way around. The best part of the game, yeah. Oh well, you're right to your opinion, but I reserve the right to disagree with your opinion. Don't forget that part. Yeah. I don't think so. I don't remember her saying anything about that. Okay. Good. Shouldn't be using fake IDs anyway. Okay. What? I hope you're kidding right there, dude. Great. We got a psycho ward patient for a leader who actually wants us all to jump off of a speeding train. Oh, this just gets better and better. Hope we all have good life insurance. Uh-oh. That was a fast 3 minutes. Uh-oh. Busted. Yeah, bring them on. I'm sure we can handle them. Come on. You want to fight? Oh, this okay, yeah. Just like with the 10-minute countdown to detonation earlier. They give you way too much time here. If they wanted this to be a challenge, actually be a challenge, they should have given you like half the time they did. Or maybe a little more than that, but yeah. How long does it take to run from one car to the next? I mean, in that 10-minute escape sequence. I don't think I've ever, except for on the first couple playthroughs where I still wasn't familiar with the layout and which way I had to go. But since then, don't think I've ever used even half of that 10 minutes. Of course, that's the thing, you know, on a first playthrough, yeah, it's probably more challenging because you're not sure which way you're going. And so yeah, maybe on a first playthrough, that 10-minute part may be a little bit more stressful. Sure it was for me on mine, way back when. Like anything else, the more times you replay the game, the more familiar you become with it. Well, if you'd shut up, we can actually get moving. Decks him right in the face. Yeah, look at that, 17 seconds. Do we really need that much time to run from one card to the next? Why even bother having the timer there? They give you way too much time. If they wanted this to be a challenge, it should have only been like 5 seconds. Maybe 6 or 7, but actually 7 probably would have been too much too. Or, you know, another thing they could have done if they actually wanted that to be somewhat of a challenge is disable the run button so you can't run, dash, or sprint through that, where you actually have to walk through those sequences. But anyways. What? You're not kidding about this crap. Oh, great. Who are you? Oh. Dude, not now. We got a leader that's basically put hell-bent on suicide, and you're worried about how you look. What? Determined to leave a good-looking corpse behind, huh? Well, screw you. Not now, dude. There's more important things to worry about than what you look like. Because, yeah. Yeah, smack you upside the head, knock some sense into you. You actually want us to jump off this train? No, don't do it. Tifa, no. Oh, there she goes. Well, that's one party member down. Oh, sure. Yeah, then watch him. After I jump, he's like, oh shoot, I decided I don't want to do this. Bye, Cloud. Bye, Tifa. Really? He wants us to jump off of a speeding train. And then has the audacity to say, don't get hurt. Unless he's providing a damn good set of body armor, how is that video game logic, man? Jump off this speeding train, but don't you dare get hurt. What? Isn't that kind of contradictory? I mean, don't try this at home, by the way. Well, you wouldn't be at home if you're jumping off a speeding train, but yeah. Don't try this in real life, by the way. Obviously, it's a video game, so we're going to survive, you know, just fine. But chances of, yeah. Okay. Could go back this way, but at this point in the game, there's nothing down there, so. Much later in the game, towards the very end of it, there'll be another subway tunnel like this one where you could actually go back the opposite direction and get a potentially, depending on your outlook on what is useful or useless, a potentially useful materia piece. But again, that's damn near the end of the game before you get to that point, so probably way too premature to even mention that yet. So I've barely begun this playthrough and I'm already... Well, you can't go through that? So they know we're here. Come on, bring it on. How did that line go? Bring 'em on. I prefer a straight fight to all this sneaking around. Han Solo, Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. Oh, great. Now we're like Snake in Metal Gear. Snake! Going down ventilation shafts. Actually, no, never mind, that's right. This game came out a year before Metal Gear Solid did. I've never, to this day, as I make this video now, I've never played the MSX computer Japanese originals of the first two 8-bit Metal Gear games, so I don't know if they had any ventilation shaft details in those games or not. I know they didn't in the American original, the American version of the first Metal Gear game on NES. I don't recall them having any kind of crawling through ventilation shafts in the non-canon sequel, Snake's Revenge, on NES. Granted, it's been a long time since I've played that game. Very far into it, so... Point being, at least for those of us in America, that whole idea of crawling through ventilator shafts and whatnot did start until Metal Gear Solid, which did come out until 1998, so the only reason for bringing that up is I was going to make the reference saying, oh, Metal Gear was such a hit that they even inspired that part in this game, but no. I doubt it. I mean, again, I don't know what, never played the Japanese originals of the 8-bit Metal Gear game, so. Oh goody. This game's the equivalent of excessive random battles. Just what, 5 steps after the last one? Oh well. Hello. No, not back in here. Oh, a potion. Yep. What do you have to say, dude? Sorry for what? I don't think so. Yeah, you worry too much. Can't. Oh, what's out here? Oh, of course. Gotta have a random battle right here. Why not? RPG. What? What the heck kind of enemy is that? Looks like a series of pipes. What is this, a Mario game enemy? Pipe Man? Well, there's never no real such Mario enemy. I'm being sarcastic there, but maybe it's a Mega Man enemy since they always have those Mega Man Pipe Man. Anyways, as I was going to say before random battles, that's one hell of a slide. Damn, I wish I had a slide that big when I was a kid. Granted, Cloud isn't really a kid in this game. He's in his early 20s, but still. Of course, now, granted, it's a slightly different color palette, but otherwise, this is pretty much screen for, pixel for pixel identical to the starting point of the game. So much so that on my first playthrough, I was like, what the hell are we doing back here? Seriously, why are we back here? I mean, granted, I suppose it saved them time and money and production costs, just recycle the same area again, slightly reskin it, slightly recolor it, but otherwise just pixel for pixel, sprite for sprite, the exact same Yeah, I can still remember that on my first playthrough. What the hell are we doing back here? By the way, didn't we blow this place up last time we were here? How is it still... What, did they rebuild it this quickly? How much time has passed within the story since the last time? Yeah, things like that. Of course, all questions are pointless since we're not in the same area. Just looks like it. Or I guess that somebody... because I've made that comment somewhere else before, and someone within the story just assumed that Midgar or whoever built this place just used the same blueprint for all 8 reactors. Since the 2 that we see so far have the same, they just use that same blueprint for all of these reactors. They all look like this. They all have the same layout. If you want to look at it from a story perspective, I guess that works, yeah. Right down to having this door here that doesn't do anything. Yeah, probably should have pointed that out in the first video, but I was busy talking about Dragon Quest VIII default themes, or busy talking about that, didn't even mention the door that you can't even go through. Why is it even there then? Like that door in Hyrule Castle, or not Hyrule Castle, but grounds around Hyrule Castle and Ocarina of Time. That screen where you first meet Talon in that game. If you go on the northern edge of the screen, there's that door up there that you can never open. What's the point in having that there? I think I pointed that door out in my playthrough of the game. I think. I'll have to go back and watch that video after this, if I remember by then. What? Oh no, not again, Cloud. Somebody you're gonna be hearing voices again like the last time? Oh no, we get a full cutscene this time. Damn, Cloud, you're really having some crazy delusions. Or, not really, but illusions, I should say. What the hell have you been smoking, Cloud? Of course, technically speaking, this is supposed to be a flashback, something that happened 5 years ago. But on a first playthrough, you probably wouldn't realize that. You'd probably be thinking Cloud is just seeing things. how did Tifa change her clothes so fast? And where did she get clothes to change into down here? Yeah. Yeah, see? And granted, while that one was brief, that's one of the things I was just talking about in this game, and its abundance of cutscenes that you cannot skip. Doesn't matter if you're playing the game for the first time or the 100th time. Not that anybody's ever played this game that many times, but you get the idea. Doesn't matter. You still have to watch those same cutscenes in their entirety. You cannot skip them. Can the developer skip my middle finger? Okay, that didn't come out right, but you get the idea. Have all the cutscenes you want, but like in a lot of the modern games I've been playing, Breath of the Wild, Dragon Quest XI, make them skippable. God damn it! I don't care if you have, you can have 99% cutscenes in one. Well, I don't think any developer would actually ever go that far. Fans would revolt, but you get the idea. You have 90% cutscenes and 10% gameplay for all I care. Granted, it'd be a little bit ridiculous, but as long as you make those cutscenes skippable, which is where the developers of this game failed miserably. Again, one of the very, very few gripes I have with this game. There aren't many of them, but that's one of them. Having to watch those same cutscenes every single time you replay the game. Yeah. Middle fingers in their face. Even on the Switch version of the game, that's still a thing. At least as far as I know. If there is an option to skip those somewhere in the settings, I've never seen it. Anyways, pay attention, dummy. Did we actually do what we came here for? Yeah, okay, we did. Shows how much I've been paying attention to what I'm doing on screen. Not too busy yapping my big fat mouth. Get up there. There you go. By the way, did I ever... Too late now, it's not like I'm going to reset everything I've just been doing, but just out of curiosity's sake. No, apparently I did not. Got one for him. Okay, I did, good. Got everybody a lightning materia for now. Since we're going to... Spoiler alert! Spoiler for something that's going to happen in about, well, a couple minutes. Lightning materials will be very useful, coming up very shortly. course, again, I say spoiler alert, although I don't know. Like I said, I think it's safe to assume anybody watching the video this far in has already played the game, so therefore there's nothing left to be spoiled. If you haven't played the game, then I respectfully ask, why are you watching this video then? Play the game first if you intend to, if you ever plan to. Play the game first, then watch the video. Otherwise, don't complain about spoilers. You're the one watching the video of a game you haven't played yet. Kind of your fault if you're getting spoilers. You know? I hate to say it that way, but yeah, sad but true. Play the game, then watch the video. Problem solved. Anyways. Back. Ooh, you sneaky little... Oh, you dirty rat, you shot me in the back. No cheese for you. Oh, old Bugs Bunny cartoon, the unruly hair. Only a rat would shoot a guy in the back. I reiterate, only a big fat rat would shoot a guy in the back. Elmer shoots him in the back. So I'm a big fat rat. Bugs appears out of the cloud of smoke. Ah, have some cheese, rat! Speaking of old movie and cartoon references, this part always reminds me of Superman 3 with Richard Pryor in 1983. Both keys at the same time. Of course, here it's 3 of them, but yeah. Oop, just a bit off. Luckily, you got as many tries as it takes, so yeah. And there's no timer, so you're not like you gotta get this done in so many seconds. Got as long as it takes to do this, so that's kind of convenient. Since the game can sometimes be unfairly picky and finicky about this. So many times you swear that should have counted that you had that timing right, but the gate still doesn't open no matter what you think. Okay, that was... But that time wasn't done. First time I went too soon, I hit second. Okay, there we go. Alright, now this is where I end this video. Because, spoiler alert, there's going to be a boss battle up ahead, followed by a very lengthy, well, not too lengthy, but a lengthy enough story sequence that'll definitely push this video well over an hour, so. I'm gonna end this here. Pick this up from here on the next video. See you then. As always, thanks for watching and putting up with my sometimes stupid commentary. Anyways, see ya.